Well, hi guys, and welcome back to Asia O'Hara Home. Today we are decorating my dining room for fall. And before we get started, let me tell y'all, I struggle with fall decor. I struggle with fall decor because I do not love the traditional fall color palette. The browns, the oranges, it just is not my vibe. I also do not love things that look like they're dead or decaying or dried out. It just doesn't work for me at my core. So this year for fall, we are doing jewel tones. Lots of colors that have a lot of vibrancy to them. And I was inspired by the idea of just a full harvest feast where you would sit down to a gorgeous table and there's plums and pomegranates and roast pig and asparagus and just all things that feel like there is an abundance of love and compassion and food, and it just feels like a celebration. So that's what we're doing. So if you, like me, do not love oranges and browns for fall and you want an alternative, stick around because I'm going to show you how to get it done. Okay, now that our buffet is clean and clear and ready to go, we're gonna start here. And we're going to start with just a regular old simple piece of Christmas garland. I will link this particular garland below. It's great. It has a lot of body, a lot of memory, and the individual branches, if you will, are nice and long and robust, so I love them. When you're using these on antiques like this, just be careful that you're not scratching your furniture because obviously, we all know the ends can be a little pokey. And then once I have it somewhat in place, I'm just going to bend a nice sharp bend at the ends so it hugs the sides. Okay, so now that we have that done, I have these gorgeous gold leaf lion statues. I have a pair. So I'm gonna nestle these in with the garland. And then I'm gonna just make sure that towards the ends that the garland is kind of coming towards the front a little, just so we have as much room to play as possible. Now for the ribbon. We have this red classic velvet. It's not backed, it's not ideal, but it's all I have. The rest of the ribbon that I have ordered is not here yet, so this will have to do. We also have this beautiful forest green, royal blue velvet. It has a gold lame backing. We have this purple burlap. This is a nice 1.5 inch kind of cornflower blue suede. Then we have this beautiful, it's like a mauve and purple and marigold plaid for a little bit of pattern. So we're gonna start with our largest ribbon first. This 4-inch royal blue lame backed. Yeah, we're gonna dovetail the bottom of this. And we're just going to come right over here off center of this guy and just start her right there. Now from here, we're gonna do another loop, and I'm not going to use floral wire here. I'm just gonna use one of the branches of the garland to cinch her right in the heart. And when you're ribboning, you wanna make sure the ribbon should be leaping out of your project like a dolphin in the ocean. You don't wanna pull it too tight. You don't want it flat. You want loops that leap out of your project. Another double loop. This is probably too short over here to cut. So what we're gonna do is just carry her down this last little piece of garland. Make sure that's nice and full and round. Perfect. And then here we'll just finish her with a dovetail. Next, red ribbon, same thing. This is 2.5 inches. Okay, and we're gonna start her right smack dab in the center. And if you want an in-depth tutorial about bows and ribbon, I have one. I think it's already out by the time you see this. If it's out, I will link it here. And all of these ribbons, well, not the blue ribbon. The blue ribbon is special, but all of the other ribbons are just from the local craft store, whatever craft store you have. Now we have this gorgeous forest green velvet, dovetail, double loop. Now this beautiful plaid, and for this, because it's so small, I am gonna do triples. Because it's patterned and it's small, I'm just gonna cut it at an angle. And this ribbon, it doesn't have as much body as the other ones, so you really do kind of have to tell it exactly what you want it to do. Now time for florals, which I'm so excited about because it's my favorite part. Okay, I'm gonna show you all of our key players. These look like mini hydrangeas to me, I'm not sure. This kind of beautiful pink color. I have these fuchsia, is this ranunculus maybe? Don't hold me to it on the names of all of these flowers. I know some, but not all. I believe these are actually ranunculus, but these are beautiful variegated orange color. I have these guys. I have these spent daisies. These gems here, deep purple cymbidium orchids. Now this obviously clearly is a true fall pick. It's got little squash and pumpkins, but I did like it because it is green and does not look like it is on its last leg. A pear stems. I love these because this most closely represents the color palette that I wanted. These purple guys, whatever they are. Lemon stems. I believe I have orange ones also. And these, I think they're Hypericum berries. These guys, don't know what they're called. I have these guys. I have this blue eucalyptus. I have these red velvet leaves. I have these red glittered picks. I have a pear variety as well as a pomegranate as well. They both have these berries. To pair with those, I have these beautiful, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. These beautiful red magnolias. They just open to the most stunning, look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Oh, I wish I had more of these. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Before we do that, I have these super cool, I can't remember what this is, but I used to see these when I was a child in Texas. Clearly not this vibrant, but I have these garlands. I'm gonna run this through the garland because it's really just gonna help make sure that the color has some continuity throughout. And I want this to be the last thing that you see at the bottom instead of the garland. So we'll just secure her there and then just kind of nestle her deep in the heart of Texas. No, deep into the heart of this garland that we already have placed. And just, I'm tucking her underneath the bow, coming around to the front. And a lot of this is going to be covered with florals, but where you do see it, she will be stunning. We have these red guys that I forgot to show you. I like using picks that are in a bunch like this and not individual stems because they look better in clusters. It just looks a little bit more natural. Okay, so we have two of these guys. And these blue guys with the little green tips. I didn't show you guys this guy because it's just like a random piece that I found. But the colors are perfect and it has a lot of volume. Purple guys, we have two. Are these dahlias or these are, girl, I don't know. I do not know. Because sometimes I feel like with silk flowers, they just be making up flowers. This needs pink over here for sure. I forgot to show you I have these cabbages, which fit the color story perfect, and they have a lot of mass. So I'm gonna use them. I think I'm going to maybe nestle one here. Okay, we're gonna fill in the gaps with our little pumpkin squash. Now for the glitz and glam, our super special glittered pomegranate and pear picks. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, last step for now, I have these red flocked pine cone little swags, and I'm gonna drape these. We're gonna make a couple of floral arrangements for the dining room table. We're gonna do 2 of these. I have these gold compote pedestal bowls that I did gold leaf myself. I have a video on that, which I will link here. We're gonna start by greening in. I have 5 of these. I think these are magnolia leaves, but I have 5 of these, and I'm just gonna open them up a bit for now, and then I'm gonna go back and redirect or face all the leaves the correct direction after we're finished. And we're not gonna use any foam in this because we're gonna use enough florals to hold themselves together. And sometimes foam is tricky when you're using these large bushes that have such a large stem. So we're just going right in. We have 5 of these, and we're just going to lay these around the collar. So we're gonna start with these, and a lot of these I'm going to bend at the stem just so they're a little shorter. We have 3 of these, so let's just get her right there. I love the colors of these. And I believe I have 1 of these, and this is very quick, very simple. 2 of these guys. 1 of our blue friends. Seems like she likes this spot here. We have 3 of these. The more florals you get into it, the easier it is to place because the stems kind of cross on the inside and help hold each other together and hold each other up. 2 of these gentlemen. 2 of our pink mini hydrangeas. Definitely need some pink right here. We have 2 of these orange guys. And we'll definitely put 1 right smack dab in the center as a focal. Do you see how fast this has come together? Super quick, super easy. Last we have my favorites, our beloved glittered pears and pomegranates. And I'm not gonna lie, with these, I'm gonna find what I feel like is gonna be my front, and I'm gonna focus those where I think my front is going to be, which it feels like the front wants to be this right here. We'll have 1 right there peeking out. We'll kind of get some of these leaves back here. And then after that, literally, I'm just gonna go around. I do wanna see the backs of some of the leaves, but not all of them. So I'll just go around and make sure the leaves are all facing a direction that feels natural. Next up, I have this gold leaf candelabra, and I'm going to basically use this as an epergne, which an epergne is a centerpiece for the table that has historically little dishes on each arm, which held sweetmeats and things of that nature, candies in the 1700s, starting in the 1700s. Epergne is actually a French word that means saving. What I'm gonna do is I have these little contraptions that I have made that are going to sit into the holders for the candles. And basically all this is a little plastic dish that I got at Dollar Tree. I hot glued a little piece of PVC pipe to the bottom. I sprayed the entire thing gold, and then I hot glued in a cylinder of floral foam with the inside hollowed out because we're gonna put taper candles in these after. And to decorate around the foam, we've got tons of cute little picks. We've got little apples in green and red. We've got oranges. We've got plums. There are some pears. There are these little cabbage sprigs, which I love. A ton of faux grape. First thing, we're gonna do 1 of these at a time because they really just sit in here, so they're gonna fall out if we try and do them all at the same time. I have some greening pins, which are just little metal pans you can get at your craft store, which will help us affix everything into it. So let's start with a couple of grapes, and I'm just gonna take my greening pin and just pop that right into the bottom of there and see what I mean about them falling out. So gotta make sure this is kind of balanced for us. Oops. Look at that. See? We can't have anything nice around here. Okay, you gonna stay? Perfect. I'm gonna fill in some of the spaces with our little fruit picks. And for some of them that are kind of long, I'll just take an extra greening pin and just kind of use that to hold everything in place. Now to cover any negative spaces, I'm just gonna cut some small little sprigs off of our leftover flowers and just go around and make sure everything is covered and concealed. I decided to go with these soft green taper candles. Let's put this up here so you guys can see it a little better. And that's the general idea. So I'm gonna do the rest of these and I'll be right back. Okay guys, she is all done for the most part. So we're gonna clean our mess because we have made a huge one in here. And we're gonna set the table because it's my favorite part.